My name is Annie Gibbons. I'm the CEO of the Australian Institute of Ultrasound. My motivation for attending tonight was to join with others to raise vital money for Vinnies because I know that we are very privileged with the life that we lead and the opportunities that we have, and so if we can actually just spend one night sleeping out and trying to identify with what it would be like to be homeless while raising money to support those who actually look after and support these people day to day, it's a good motivation to come. My understanding of homelessness in Australia is that we have around 105,000 people sleeping out every night, doing it rough, and I actually can't even comprehend what that would be like and who that is, women, children, men. I know it's more common in Indigenous communities. It's just a staggering amount of people, and so with that, as well as sleeping rough, it's also what does homelessness bring? It brings complications of your social structure, challenges with finance, challenges with health, challenges with employment, and so the whole concept of homelessness is complex, and I'm keen to learn a little bit more about it. The message for my donors is to please give generously. Since I've done the sleep out, I can see where the money goes, and it's just so vital to get money to people who are really in need. And so give generously is what I would ask you to do. I wasn't nervous sleeping out here because I knew I was in a safe environment and it's patrol, but it also made me imagine during the night what it would be like to do it really rough. To be near a train station or be in an exposed state and to be worrying while I was going to sleep, am I safe? Is someone going to attack me? Could I be raped or harmed in some way? So that would make me very, very nervous. I chose to sleep just outside, not under the shelter, out near the wall. I wanted to feel a little bit more exposed and to actually feel like I was doing it as rough as I could on the evening. So it was cold and it was windy, but I felt like I got a good experience of it. I found the walk a mile in the shoes experience really challenging and confronting. I walked in Sarah's shoes, and so being in someone's life called Sarah, who's in her 20s, has a young child and is at the end of a tether, just about to get thrown out of her accommodation, not having enough money for your rent, having the challenges of the government system of going to Medicare and getting frustrated and not getting your needs met, going to housing and not getting that met, having a licence suspended and not being able to pay for the fine. It was really frustrating and exasperating. I felt really disempowered, and then after that journey, when I finally got to Vinnies, I was almost angry at Vinnies, going, why didn't I find you first? Why didn't I know about you? And that's exactly how they must feel, to actually know that Vinnies is there, to know what the resources there are. So now I feel a lot more aware, and I can let people know if it came by me, I'd now say, go to Vinnies, they can help you. And so I felt love and warmth and support from Vinnies, and I think that would be amazing for the people who are actually walking that journey. And I hope that they get to that stage of connecting with Vinnies earlier before they are completely disempowered and frustrated. I approached my fundraising campaign by posting that I was coming to the CEO Sleepout on Facebook. I also did it on LinkedIn and on Twitter. And so although I use social media, I approached it by the personal factor that I was genuinely concerned about the issue of homelessness, that I wanted to support this organisation, St Vincent's de Paul, and I wanted other people to support me in that, but not necessarily me, but the cause of Vinnies. I think my family were most excited about seeing me sleep out in the cold. I think they were supportive of me doing it, but they were kind of like, yeah, go mum, you should do this, it's a good thing to do. So I felt supported and they were excited about it. They were also, sending me words of encouragement, because it has been cold and it has been a bit windy and drafty, but I'm hardly suffering. So it's actually just been a good experience. I was really impressed by the presentation, the whole experience. I didn't know what to expect. I actually thought I was just bringing my sleeping bag and going to sleep out. And so to actually have the walk in your shoes was an amazing experience. The presentations by all presenters were actually inspiring in different ways. So I was really appreciative of the journey that the whole evening took us through as participants. And yeah, I found it very valuable. My experience of homelessness has just deepened. It hasn't necessarily changed, but I've become a lot more aware of the expanse of what homelessness actually means. Not just being homeless, but the complex issues that are associated with homelessness. I'm a lot more acutely aware of them since coming to the Sleepout. So this morning, I was already awake because I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and because my cardboard box fell on my head, and then suddenly I was aware that people were snoring near me, and I was cold, and it was uncomfortable sleeping on concrete. So I actually went for a walk, and I met a lady who actually told me her homeless story, which seriously made me cry, and so it was quite profound. And then I actually spent time just considering her story and the fact that I'd actually met her and that she'd shared that with me. And then this morning, when everyone else has got up, it's quite an early wake up for everybody else, and we've been greeted with a warm meal and teas and coffee, and it actually felt really an appreciation from Vinnies for the night that we've given, but I'm actually feeling appreciative of Vinnies for what they do. I'm actually quite in awe of the organisation.